Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. Very excited to have Julie Storm back to the show. Welcome, Julie.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be here, Stephen.
Thank you for being on the show today. Today I wanted to talk about something that's involved in almost every house purchase, and that's mortgages. 96.2% of us, when we buy a home, we get a mortgage when we go. And a mortgage is a bank lending money or lending institution lending money to help you buy the home. And the unique thing about it is a home is an investment. And I don't know of another investment that you can get someone else to lend you the money to buy. If you were buying stocks or bonds, you don't go to the bank and say, hey, I want to go buy some stock, lend me money. They actually lend you money on things that depreciate, like boats and cars.
Right.
And things like that. But houses appreciate, they're an investment, and so you can go out into the market and get a bank to invest up to 95, 96.5, or even 100% of your investment. And that's you buying an investment. And the interesting thing about that, if you just think about that, if you loan me money to buy, if you loan me 50% to buy an investment, you would want to keep 50% of the gain because you lent me the money. You would be a half owner. Well, the bank is not an owner in your home. You own your home outright, and all the appreciation over the years that the house gains, the bank does not share in any of that, even though they lent you the money, almost all the money to buy it. So you really got a buyer and an investor, the bank, and the investor's lending the money and not taking any of the profit. So that's just amazing. When I got into real estate, interest rates, this was 1988, interest rates had just dropped below 15%. And so interest rates were 12% when I bought my first home. And everybody said, buy now because they'll go back up above 15%. That was about a $60,000 house and the payments were about $1,500 a month.
Yes.
A payment on a $300,000 home today is only $1,200 a month. So that is the difference in what interest rates are doing. So we all get focused on what are the price of homes doing? Am I overpaying for this house? You know, is this home $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 too high? Or I'm not going to buy my dream home because the seller didn't come down $1,000 more dollars. But truthfully, it's all about what that interest rate is. The interest rate can change and cost you $1,000 more a month. And that interest rate is not a consistent number. It changes every single day. And fortunately, right now, it is running under 400 in the 3% range. That means on a $300,000 home, your payment today is less than in 1988 when my payment was that amount on a $60,000 house. Now, a $60,000 house, even back then, wasn't much of a home. And I didn't make much money, so that $1,200 took most of our income. And now that $1,200 is a lot less money 28 years later. So it's just interesting what interest rates do and what really they control what you pay for your home. My recommendation is when you go to a bank, see what loan programs you qualify for. Ask for a good faith estimate on those loan programs. Let's just say you're a veteran. That means you qualify for a VA loan. A VA loan is designed for when military people are getting out of the military, they can buy a home with no money down. That's why they created VA loans. If you have a down payment and you're a veteran, VA loan's probably not the best loan to go with if you've got your down payment. So people who've been out of service for 20, 30 years can still use the VA loans, but if you do have a down payment, that is probably not your best option. Then you have FHA and conventional loans. And FHA is just a government-backed loan. It allows you to put only 3.5% down. So they loan you 96.5% financing. But then conventional loans are just the typical loans for everybody else. And they allow down to only 3% now. So even if you're not a veteran and you're going to the bank and let's just say you've got $10,000 and you want to buy a $200,000 house, have the lender run you an FHA good faith estimate, which you would qualify for, and let you run you a conventional good faith estimate and let you qualify for it. And let's see what the bottom payment is on both, because you may find out that the conventional loan's better, or you may find out that the FHA loan's better, and it just varies based on the program you have. Now, FHA has a maximum they'll loan. You can buy any price range home, but FHA in York County is $271,000. So that's the maximum loan amount you can have on that FHA loan. Conventional is unlimited on how much you can borrow. FHA is a little bit leaner on your credit score. So if you got a credit score that's not just great, but it's good, FHA will still give you the loan when conventional won't. So get with a good lender. We have lenders who advertise on this show. We can recommend lenders here in our office, and they can go through those steps with you and make sure you know what your options are, because there are different loan products out there.
And it's so important to get pre-approved. I mean, that is
absolutely.
Just, that's probably the number one thing, because the worst thing for the buyer and the seller.
Well, you don't want to waste your time, right? You don't want to waste your time, Julie, on or people don't want to waste their time in looking for homes they can't afford, because nothing's worse than going and looking at this beautiful home and everybody falling in love with it, and the bank's not going to participate in the purchase. We can get people pre-qualified over the phone, and they just need their basic information, their driver's license number, their social security number, get permission from them. We can do a credit check, have the lender do a credit check, and we can get them pre-approved. Also, a seller's probably not going to consider your offer without proof. Yeah. And again, less than 4% of people pay cash. So we're assuming everybody's getting a loan unless they've got that cash to do that with. Again, we've got great lenders that advertise on the show that you can get pre-qualified from. It's good information for you to know, even if you're not quite ready to buy a home. And the reason I say that is sometimes they can, if you don't qualify today for a loan, they can tell you the things you need to do to be able to qualify for a loan 3 or 4 or 6 months, a year from now.
And also, say you're a young couple and you're wanting to buy a home and you're like, I want a down payment, but we just don't quite have it. There are ways that family members and stuff can help you to...
Yes, FHA allows a gift letter from a family member that states that the family member's giving you the money, but you don't have to pay it back, where some of the other loans do not allow that. So
that's
again,
huge when you're young starting out.
It is huge when you're young and you're starting out. And so getting with a lender now to find out which of those programs you fit into, so you can then know how to buy and what to buy. And again, if you call our office, we can set you up with some of those lenders who can do all that over the phone.
Well, it's a great time to buy right now. I mean, with the interest rates where they are.
I mean, interest rates are hovering around 3.5%.
I know. You and I both, I bought my first house and it was around, I think about 13.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's just incredible. And then you're able to write off the interest you paid the bank. So that realized interest rate after you write it off on your taxes is probably right now less than 1.5%. So it's just crazy, great opportunity for people. We've got beautiful homes for sale on today's show. Thanks, Julie, for being on the show with me. If you've got any questions about loans or houses or anything like that, give us a call here at our office at 803-985-1240. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.